Good morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed regarding production, consumption, distribution, investment, correct? As well as meaning of statistics. So, hope you know what are all those. Production means it is nothing but the transformation of input into output. Correct? As I told you, it is a creation of utility, transformation of raw materials into finished goods is called as production. So next is distribution, what we have discussed in the last class. Consumption we have discussed. Consumption is nothing but whatever you buy, you consume it. Correct? The product which is produced by the producer is consumed by the household is nothing but consumption. Correct? And next is this investment. What is that investment? Investment is nothing but the amount which is invested for future income. Correct? The amount which is invested somewhere, which is kept somewhere, or which is invested somewhere for in creation of wealth. To create the future wealth is nothing but investment. And next we have discussed distribution. Distribution, as I told you, it is a vast topic. In few further classes, we are going to study, and even in the second year, we are going to study about that. So, distribution means heard about probably in 8th, 9th, 10th standards, you must have studied what is national income. Correct? You know what is national income. So, how the national income is distributed among the factors of production, which is distributed among the factors of production. So we have four components of economy, that is production, consumption, investment, and distribution. And we have four factors of production: land, labor, capital, and organization. How this national income is distributed? The national income is distributed among these four are: rent is given to the land in return. Correct? In case of labor, we pay them salary. In case of capital, we pay interest. In case of organization, we pay in return profit. So these are the four factors of production. Unless we have four of this, we cannot produce any of the goods. So it is a main thing, it is a main four items wherein which is required for the production of any goods and services. So we call it as the basic. It is very important in economics. You can make a note of it. It is the four important four factors of productions are land, labor, capital, and organization. So these are the few things we have studied, as well as coming very closer to the subject, that is statistics. We have studied regarding statistics, meaning of statistics. Statistics in generally we can call it as numbers. Correct? What the numbers we have, that itself is statistics. But you can ask me now, a single number can be called as statistics. No, as a as we have discussed in the plural definition, plural sense. In the plural sense, statistics is the aggregate of facts. Aggregate of facts. Unless and until you have a large number of facts, you cannot call it as a statistics. Correct? Okay. So in today's class, we're going to study the characteristics of statistics and stages of statistical analysis. This is the basic topic. Okay, these are the basic topics: characteristics of statistics, stages of statistical analysis. So coming to the characteristics of statistics or the features of statistics, first one is aggregate of facts. As we have discussed, in case of plural sense of statistics, meaning aggregate of facts. Data to be called as statistics, we want multiple number of facts. Multiple number of facts we want to call the data as statistics. For example, 60 kgs of weight of a student. A single student weight can be considered as statistic? No. Why? Single number, it's a weight of a particular student. How can you give a statistics? Statistics when you call it as, say for example, a class of first PUC E section, uh, a class of first PUC B section, sorry, C section and D section. The total weight of all the students, weight of all the students, we can call it as statistics. Statistics of each class differs from one to one. So that is called as aggregate of facts. Then we can call it as statistics. A single data of a single facts which cannot be called as statistics. Uh, then we can call it as the depth of a single person on a particular day. No, on a particular day, how many death which has occurred, how many number of deaths is registered in every hospitals, that can be called as statistics. Okay, when the data is uh, a total number of data is large, then only we can call it as statistics. Isolated facts cannot be called as statistics. Okay, the next one is numerically expressed. Statistics should be numerically expressed. The data, a data to be called statistics should be numerically expressed. It should be numerically expressed, which can be measured in terms of numbers. You can ask why qualitative data cannot be recorded. We have two types of data because one is qualitative, another one is quantitative. Quantitative means which can be measured in terms of numbers, quantities, probably in kgs, in rupees, in liters, likewise. So which can be measured in terms of numbers. In case of qualitative, nationality, intelligent quotient, that is IQ level and all can be measured? No, correct? But that is also statistics, whether it is present or absent, we can call it as. That's all we can consider. Present or absent, whether it is high or low, we can call. But in case of numerically expressed statistics, to be called as statistics, we want number, correct? We want numbers. So that's why the statistic should be numerically expressed. Okay, right? Next one. Data which is affected by multiplicity of causes. Coming to the next, this is another characteristics. There are variety of force or factors. There are a variety of force or factors operating on the facts and figures, operating on the facts and the figures. So you cannot study the effect of one factor by ignoring the effect of another factor. Say, for example, I'll give you a best example in unemployment because India has a high number of unemployment, correct? Due to this lockdown, you got to know how many people have lost their job, correct? So that is why unemployment is a one factor. Another factor is effect of that particular unemployment on market, inflation, how the economic state is. So correct, due to the unemployment, economy is crashing, the price of all the commodities are raising. So that is why the effect of the one factors can change with the change of place, time, or situation. So that's why one phenomenon is a reason behind the other. One phenomenon is a reason behind other. So we can call it as cause and effect relationship. Statistics helps to study the cause and effect relationship. So we are going to study in the importance of statistics in the next class. Okay. Coming to the next point, if this is one more characteristics that is enumerated according to reasonable standard. Enumerated according to reasonable standard. You know what is enumeration? Hope you know what is enumeration, or else let me tell you. It is an action of mentioning the number of things one by one. Okay, action of mentioning a number of things one by one. So one by one we are going to record in case of statistics, correct? So enumerated according to a reasonable standard. What is this reasonable standard? What is this reasonable standard? Yes. I'm a person who is going to conduct a survey. Okay. I want the data to be entered for some purpose, for some reason. Now I'm going to collect the data. Can I have a bias on particular things? That is, there should be, so that is what here it is. So it means that the personal bias and prejudice of the enumeration should not be there while counting or measurement of data. Okay, the statement should be precise and meaningful. That is, the field of inquiry should not be large too. Okay, should not be large, and there should not be any kind of bias, that is personal bias. We cannot consider one data as superior, another data as inferior. No, it should be collected without any bias, and it should be precise, and it should be clear. It should be clear and meaningful. That is why the field of inquiry should not be too large, should not be too small. That is why it is called as enumerated according to the reasonable standard of accuracy. Clear, students? Next one, statistics is collected in a systematic manner. Another characteristics is which is collected in a systematic manner. If the data is not collected systematically or haphazard way, you cannot draw the conclusion, you cannot come to the conclusion, or interpretation cannot be given. So that is why we're supposed to collect the data in a proper manner. It leads, if you don't collect the data in a particular way, it leads to a wrong conclusion. It leads to give you the wrong conclusion. So it should be collected in a systematic manner. So next one and the last one is collected for predetermined purpose. The statistics are collected for predetermined purpose. What is this predetermined purpose? Know what is purpose? Predetermined means prior hand. There is some reason behind that. I'll give you a best example. In case you know the statistical office, government statistics office. So every government collects the information regarding number of things. Collect the information regarding poverty. Collect the information regarding unemployment. Collect the information regarding the inflation rate. Correct. So why do they collect the information? Why do, I'll tell you, as I told you, poverty. Why do they collect the information? How many number of poor people in India? Because of, I'll give you a best example. Don't take it personally. This is a statistics what we have collected last year, I guess. Because of Modi government, okay, Narendra Modi government, in India, around 25,000 people have come above the poverty line. Who were below the poverty line have come above the poverty line. I am telling you about the poverty. Government conducts the survey to collect the information regarding the poverty of poor people. Who, how many number of people are there in India below the poverty line? After collecting the data, what do? They formulate the policies to eradicate the poverty. To eradicate the poverty, they formulate policies, different policies, which helps the poor people. So, if we are going to study regarding poverty, there should be next is solution, how to eradicate the poverty. That is why the purpose of data collection should be clear. It should be according to the needs. Clear? Next is stages of statistical analysis. How the statistics goes, how the statistic process or the cycle goes. First one is collection of data. Okay. cycle goes like this: collection, organization, presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data. So the single stages are the single chapter in your syllabus. Okay, you don't have to bother. You don't have to worry regarding the brief. I'll give you a brief description about each and every topic. Okay, further classes we are going to study in detail. Okay, in detail we are going to study each and every topic. Okay, so what is this collection of data? First step is, now you know what is your goal. I'm a conductor of the survey. I'm going to, my plan is first is I have to collect the data for further statistical process. Correct. So collection of data. What is this collection of data? Why do we need this? Collection, it is a process of gathering of information. Okay. Gathering and measuring the information for further statistical treatment. From where do we collect the data? Data is collected from different ways. We have primary data and we have secondary data. We are going to study in the collection of data chapter. Okay, we have primary data and we have secondary data. Okay, published and unpublished data as we have. So main is from whether we are going to collect the data from by conducting the survey, by conducting the census. There are different methods of conducting or collecting the data. Okay, primary data and secondary data. Okay, so primary in the sense you go to the field, you whatever the information is required to you, you're going to collect the data. Secondary data means which is already collected. Okay. The next one is organization of data. It is a systematic arrangement of collected figures. How do you organize it so that the data becomes easy to understand? Raw data first is, then according to the frequency, organization of the data. Then next is presentation of data. How do you present the organized data? Presentation, how do you present it? The data can be presented in different ways. It can be presented in textual form or in tabular form or graphical form. Okay, it is as text. Text in the sense it is in different words, or table form. Table form means it is in rows and columns. With the help of rows and columns, we write the data, we write the numbers. Okay. Or else, to make it very simple, we put it in a graphical form, that is diagrams, to give the bird eye view. Okay. So a simple common man also can understand the statistics by giving the colors. So these amount of, say for example, a pie chart which shows the educated people, uneducated people in rural area, urban areas likewise. So pictorial form or graphical form, graphs, diagrams. So presentation of data, presenting it in a different ways. Next is with the help of that data, we have to analyze. We have to inspect what the conclusion can be given. Analyzing, examining, inspecting. That is what analysis of data. What has gone wrong? What is the reason behind this? This is what analysis is. Clear? And lastly, it is interpretation of data. It is a process through which the data is reviewed for the purpose of arriving at the conclusion. Interpreting. To come to the conclusion, what we are supposed to do. Solution has to be found out. How the solution can be given to this? By doing what? That is what is interpretation of data. So every process has a problem and end as a solution. So in case of statistics also, we have collection of data, organization of that particular data, presenting that data which is organized. That is in organization, can ask me, organizing in what form now? You collect the data, randomly you collect. You have to put it raw data, organized and unorganized data. You are supposed to classify it. So that is what organization is. Next later, presentation. Next, coming to the next is analysis, analyzing, examining, inspecting, correct? Transforming and modeling the data, and lastly, concluding it by giving the solution. Okay, so please make a note of everything and please start writing the notes. Okay, first question you can start with: scarcity is the root of all the economic problem. Can you just find the answer for this and write in your notes? Okay, one question. In the next class, I'll ask you to write one more question answer. Okay, fine. Please write all these points, which is very important for your notes. Okay, thank you.